Waterfalls!
All right, so today we're going to be talking about the best waterfall that New Zealand has to offer. Who doesn't like a good waterfall? We don't really know why, but the rapids and water falling from height makes us human feel really thrilled. And so with that in mind, we devised a list of the 20 best waterfalls that you won't want to miss when traveling through New Zealand. That said, New Zealand features 249 named waterfalls. And yes, we catalogue them all. No, we didn't. But there's 249 named waterfalls in New Zealand, so we're culling the week, and we are keeping only the best.
I think that's risen up to like 900 or something now.
If they're not named?
No, named waterfalls.
Named waterfalls,
According
wow.
to there's a New Zealand Land Commission or something, and they have like the list of all named waterfalls on their website.
Okay, well, I remember there was only 249.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
It's all good. With that introduction, let's get started. Alright, so the first waterfall that we have is hidden in the Fiordland National Park in the South Island of New Zealand. And you can access it through the Milford track, and it is the Sutherland Falls.
Yes, so this waterfall is one of the highest waterfalls in New Zealand. Although it was thought to be the highest, it's actually the third highest because they have discovered some higher waterfalls since. But it's at 580 meters.
Which is 1,904 foot.
Yes.
Feet.
And yeah, it's split into three different tiers, dropping from the huge mountains of the Fiordland National Park. Like Robin says, you can see it on a side track off the Milford track, which is one of New Zealand's great walks. Otherwise, it is visible on scenic flights if you are taking a scenic flight from Queenstown or Wanaka or even from Milford Sound. It's usually a feature on one of those trips.
All right, and for those who wonder, the lake which is feeding this waterfall is called Lake Quill. Okay, so next waterfall on our lists, Rumbles? No, not Rumbles. Barrel roll? No. What's the word for that? I don't know. Drum roll, please.
Drum roll, yeah.
It is Hooker Falls. So Hooker Falls is located in Taupo, which is right in the center of the North Island of New Zealand. And, well, you can find it by heading to, guess what? Hooker Falls Road.
Yeah, so this waterfall is impressive due to the sheer volume of water that is being pushed through this very narrow canyon. So it's where the Waikato River is squeezing approximately 220,000 litres per second.
Which is 58,118 gallons.
Wow, you're so good at that, Robin. It squeezes this huge volume of water from New Zealand's longest river through this really narrow canyon and then drops off at the end. It's just all the basically just seeing this amount of rapids and just like crazy tumultuous water is like the main attraction of Hooker Falls, and it's very easy to access. So like Robin says, you just take the Hooker Falls Road when you are in the Taupo area, and you just basically park up and walk 2 steps and you're already there. You already can see Hooker Falls in all its glory. However, there are multiple lookouts, so if you are able to go for a bit of an exploration, there are various different lookouts that you can enjoy.
And interestingly enough, Hooker Falls is the most visited natural attraction in all of New Zealand, and it's probably just due to its so easy accessibility. All right, so next up on our list, we have a waterfall that is found on the South Island of New Zealand, and that's the Purakonui Falls. Purakonui Falls is found at the Purakonui Falls Road. It's about 6 kilometers south of Owaka, which is in the Catlins in the South Island.
Yeah, so this is a very extremely pretty waterfall and one of many very beautiful waterfalls in the Catlins area, which is located right at the bottom of the South Island. And this has also 3 different tiers, so you see various different cascades of waterfalls. It's a very short and easy, actually wheelchair accessible walk to get to. Only takes about 10 to 20 minutes to get to a lookout just at the base of the falls, where you get a picture perfect opportunity to, get some grams.
It does look fabulous. It is one of the prettiest of the whole country, isn't it?
It is.
All right. So next up on our list, we are heading back to the North Island. We're making you travel back and forth, back and forth. Maybe don't visit all the waterfalls in that order. Maybe put them on your itinerary, but not in that order. Okay, so next up we have the Kite Kite Falls, which is on the Glen-esque Road in Piha. That's in the Waterfalls ranges near Auckland.
Yes, so unfortunately, at the time of recording this video, the track to Kite Kite Falls is still closed, but hopefully they will open it soon. It is something that a lot of people sort of forget to explore when they go to Piha. So Piha is known for its black sand beach, its surfing, but yeah, just at the back of the town is this is a trail, about 1 hour trail to this really beautiful waterfall, which again is split into multiple tiers. Is looking very beautiful. Yeah, what else could I say? It's a good photo opportunity.
Yeah, multi-tier waterfalls are always like really, really a winner for me. I really do like it. Okay, so let's go to another very, very, very famous waterfall, and that is Stirling Falls, which is also known as Waimanu Falls. It's located in Milford Sound, pretty much right in front of your face. It's really big. It's there, so it's in the Fiordland National Park in the South Island.
Yeah, so most people experience this waterfall actually very, very closely. So every single Milford Sound cruise basically, gets as close as the boat can safely get to the waterfall, where the spray, you can feel the spray like from the waterfall going on top of you, if you decide to get onto the front deck, that is. And yeah.
If you want to be drenched, you will experience that waterfall.
Yes, if you want to be drenched, it's very easy to be drenched. If you want to stay dry, then you can easily stay dry. But yeah, this is a waterfall that a lot of people get, a close encounter with, and is very fun to see, very fun to take photos of. And yeah, the best way to experience it is either through a Milford Sound cruise or on a kayaking tour. You can also kayak very closely to the waterfall.
It will humble you if you're on a kayak. It feels really, really, really tall, like right in front of you, just being on the water, because it's 155 meters tall, which is 509 feet. So yeah, it will humble you. All right, so that's our first 5 days. 5 more coming up soon. Okay, so next up on the list, we have a waterfall which is called Bridal Veil Falls, and it's located nearby the town of Raglan. So it's on Te Mata Road, about 19 kilometers, which is 12 miles south of Raglan, which is in Waikato on the North Island.
Yeah, so Bridal Veil Falls, also known as Wairinga Falls, is, it's named after, obviously, it looks like a bridal veil, and it's not the only waterfall in New Zealand called Bridal Veil Falls. There's about 10 of them. And yeah, so this is, there's a walking track to experience different viewpoints of Bridal Veil Falls. First of all, you can get right at the top of the waterfall and see where it plunges into the depths below. And then there's a very steep track down to the bottom of the waterfall. So as you take the steep track down, there's various different viewpoints.
A lot of steps. A lot, like over, I think it's 150 steps or something like that.
I'm not sure, but
like a lot of steps.
Yeah, my brain can't think after I'm like walking up all those steps. So yeah, so there's various different viewpoints, and the photo where this was taken is at one of the sort of midway viewpoints, and then you can go right to the sort of the base of the waterfall at the bottom, and then you've got to walk all the way back up. So just bear that in mind. That can take a while, and yeah, the waterfall is about 55 meters high,
which is 180 feet tall.
Wow.
All right, moving on. Devil Punch Bowl. So Devil's Punch Bowl's waterfall, Devil's Punch Bowl Falls, is in Arthur Pass Village in the Arthur Pass National Park on the South Island of New Zealand.
Yeah, so this one is accessed again on a nice trail, which is just a steady incline, and it's a 1 hour return walk. And once you get to the end, you get to a platform where you get to see this really huge waterfall. It's 131 meters high, and yeah, it's quite hard to get it all into the same photo. To be honest, it is that that big.
Even on that photo right here, there is more waterfall going like just under those girls.
Yeah, like most photos that you see of Devil's Punch Bowl is always just like, here's half the waterfall. It's quite hard to get an angle.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really impressive, and even the walk through the forest is really magnificent. It's just like feels like ancient rainforest that's kind of been untouched for millennia. It's covered in moss. Just that whole area of Arthur's Pass National Park is absolutely beautiful, and this is definitely a highlight on the Arthur's Pass Road.
All right, so next up, it is the famous Rere Falls. Not as famous as its friend coming up soon in this video, but yeah. So Rere Falls is located in the town of Gisborne on the North Island. It's on Wharekopae Road, approximately 50 kilometers, which is 31 miles away from Gisborne.
Yeah, so this waterfall isn't actually the tallest one in comparison to a lot of the other ones that we've talked about.
We are just small.
But it is actually really impressive in that it's it's super wide, and it feels really even all the way across. So it does make for some really nice photos. And yeah, it's also very much worth visiting, especially if you are also visiting what we're going to talk about in our next slide, which we'll get onto now.
Rere Rock Slides, so located at exactly the same place. Yeah, look at me, I'm having fun.
Yeah, so yeah, this is basically New Zealand's natural water slide. Best gone down on a bodyboard or an old lilo or airbed. Definitely don't want to go down just on your bare butt.
Oh no, no.
But yeah, although it's not technically a waterfall, it's kind of a waterfall, so we wanted to mention it. It's a really fun place, especially, to just try out in summer, and just go and experience it with it's mostly locals that are there just having a lot of fun, and yeah, just sort of going there and joining in on the fun yourself.
It is a lot of fun. It's kind of like, basically a water park, but a natural water park, which is pretty cool. Okay, there's a bit of controversy surrounding number 10 on our list. So its name is Waterfall Falls, and it's located in the Whakapapa village, which is in the Tongariro National Park on the North Island.
Yeah, so a lot of people know this as Gollum's Pool. So yeah, it is, although it is said to be a Lord of the Rings filming location, if you actually look at the footage it's compared to, it is very, very heavily CGI, and it's like really unrecognizable as Gollum's Pool. So there are better Lord of the Rings locations in the area that you can go to, which check out our website to find more. But yeah, nevertheless, this is a beautiful waterfall to go check out, called Torfai Falls. It is accessed on a very easy trail, I'd say about 5 to 10 minutes, and there's an upper lookout and then a lookout from the bottom. You can clamber over a few rocks to get a closer look at this waterfall that is flowing off the edge of an old lava flow.
So yeah, it's a really cool waterfall. All right, so there's 5 more coming up real soon. All right, so next up on the list, number 11, we have Thunder Creek Falls. Thunder Creek Falls is located on Haast Pass. It's a very easy pit stop in the Mount Aspiring National Park in the South Island.
Yeah, so this is one of quite a few waterfalls that you can see along the Haast Pass Road, but I'd say this is the best one. This is the one you don't want to miss.
Look at that picture opportunity right
exactly. Here. It is like a 2-minute walk from the road. There's like a small car park on the roadside. About 2-minute walk through the forest, and you get to a small platform where you can take this photo, because just the view just happens to make you able to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Didn't know why I needed to explain that. But then after that, if you
don't?
No, you don't. Then after that, you can continue walking just a tad bit further, and you get down to the Haast River just below, which is really shallow. It's quite rocky. Robin did drop what did he drop when he went there? He dropped his GoPro and broke it. So be careful when you're going over
That's a
those
funny
rocks.
video. That's a funny video.
So yeah, you can get a little closer to the waterfall and go and explore the river below. Beware of the sandflies, though. There's quite a lot of sandflies in that area. But yeah, the waterfall is a beautiful one to get a photo of, and it's 28 meters high.
28 meters is 92 feet.
Wow.
Wow. All right, next up on our list, we have the beautiful Maclean Falls. Maclean Falls is located in the Catlins on Rucastle Road, which is about 11.6 kilometers, which is 7.2 miles south of Papatowai.
Yeah, so this is another beautiful waterfall in the Catlins. I have to say this is one of my favourite ones as well.
Yeah,
in the whole country.
It's one of our favourite photo of ourselves with the waterfall right here.
So to access it, it's about a 20-minute walk through some beautiful rainforest. There's even a small waterfall on the way there as well. And then once you arrive at the main event, you'll see that it is multiple tiers that are, beautiful cascades going on there. And they're kind of like natural steps. So you can easily climb to that upper pool if you want to. In summer, there's often a lot of people sort of swimming in the area as well. But we actually visited in the off season, so we had the whole place to ourselves.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It's just a very beautiful place. It's impossible to take a bad photo here. So enjoy.
All right, so it's always 5 o'clock somewhere. So the next waterfall that we have is Whiskey Falls. Whiskey Falls is located on Mount Robert Road, which is about 5 kilometers, which is 3 miles from St. Arnaud in the Nelson Lakes National Park on the South Island.
Yeah, so if you want to take it's quite a long lakeside walk in the Nelson Lakes National Park. The Whiskey Falls, it's on the lakeside, what's called the lakeside track of Lake Rotowiti. And it's a beautiful lakeside walk with lots of bird life, beautiful views of the lake. And then towards the end of, well, actually, it's not towards the end of the walk because you can actually walk all the way around the lake. But what sort of midway and a good way to turn back if you haven't got the time to walk literally all day around the lake, then you get to Whiskey Falls, which is, you see it from quite afar. They have a main waterfall in the distance, which is about 40 meters high, and then it drops down into all these sort of rocks and pebbles, which then cascade from there down, down, and down into the lake below.
Down, down, and down.
Yeah, so this is, very beautiful waterfall. Again, we were chased away by sandflies after a while, so, these are sort of the places where you want to take your photos quickly and maybe find somewhere else to sit down for lunch.
All right. Moving on to Aotearoa Falls. So Aotearoa Falls is located on State Highway 2, so you'll basically probably going to drive through it between Pairora and Waihihi in Waikato in the North Island of New Zealand.
Yeah, so this waterfall is a really cool feature in Karangahake Gorge, which is known for its historical gold mining area. It has gold mining tunnels and old relics that you can see. At the moment, there are some of the trails there that are closed, but you can still access this waterfall on the historical trail. And again, this is a nice place to swim in summer, but otherwise, just the waterfall itself is very beautiful, very nice photo opportunity. And this area is, because it's located in a part of the North Island that's close to, that's in between some major cities and major towns, you'll find that this area is a bit more busier than some of the other waterfalls that we've talked about.
More busier indeed.
More busier. Very good grammar.
All right, so next up on our list, we have Rainbow Falls. Rainbow Falls is located on Waipapa Road in Kerikeri, which is in the Bay of Islands in the North Island of New Zealand.
Yeah, so this waterfall is, as you can see, very, very beautiful.
Yeah.
It's 27 meters high, which is...
88 feet, Laura. I definitely wasn't caught off guard. Absolutely not.
Our real-time conversion master over here is, always here to provide. This can be accessed in various different ways. So it's very easy to access from the Waipapa Road, as Robin was saying. There's a big car park there, and then you can literally get a viewpoint straight away.
It's kind of paved all the way.
Yeah, well, it's not paved.
Well,
it's gravel. Very good,
well
well done
well
gravel.
maintained, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, you can see the top of the waterfall from different angles, and then you can choose to walk as far as you want, all the way even to the base of the waterfall, where you know, some more adventurous folk might like to try and scramble their way over the rocks and go behind the waterfall, which is quite cool. And then the track actually continues down the river to the Stone Store and Kemp House, which are some historical sites in Kerry Kerry. So you can spend the whole day sort of making a big activity of this, or you can just visit it really quickly from the car park.
And the Maori name for Rainbow Falls is Waia Falls.
Oh, beautifully said, I imagine, Robin.
I hope so. All right. Okay, there is 5 more coming up soon. All right, continue, guys, with the comments, guys and girls, and we will continue with some 5 more waterfalls. And we're starting with Whangarei Falls, which is on Nguru roads. I can't pronounce that road ever. It's in Whangarei. You can't miss it. If you arrive in Whangarei on the North Island, there is signs to the Whangarei Falls everywhere. It's very easy to access.
Yes, it's even just seeing it again. This is one that you park up, walk 2 steps, and you're at the top of the waterfall straight away. It's a 26-meter high waterfall, which is
85 feet.
Ooh. And yeah, so it's a very pretty waterfall. First view of it is from the top, and then you sort of do a loop around, crossing over a very picturesque bridge over the river, and then you get to the base of the waterfall. If you look in the water below, you may see some eels. So, I mean, if you want to go for a swim, that's up to you, but there are eels in there. And yeah.
Eels are fine. They're not mean.
Sometimes they bite.
You've got to annoy them for them to bite. Moving on.
Yeah.
All right, should I move on to the next one, Laura?
Yeah,
Do you have anything else to say about that?
No, just beware of the eels.
Eels won't
Leave
do
the
that.
eels alone.
All right, next up on our list, we have Haruru Falls, which is located on, well, fittingly enough, Haruru Falls Road, approximately 5 kilometers, which is 3 miles away from Pahia, on the Bay of Island in the North Island.
Yeah, so this is another one to experience in various different ways. You can just... there is a car park at the top of the waterfalls, and then you can see them from a viewpoint from the top. Otherwise, there is a long boardwalk walk through the mangroves called the Waitangi to Haruru Falls track. This is quite long though. It takes like 2 hours and 30 minutes one way, and then you usually have to walk back from there. So yeah, that's another way to experience it. But the most unique way is to go on a bit of a river cruise. You can
Slash kayak.
slash kayak. So yeah, most of the tours are actually, they used to do kayak tours all the way from the bottom of the river, but they don't really do that anymore. It's a cruise that takes you to the waterfalls, and then they have kayaks and sup boards attached to the boat, and then you take them off and you can go for a little paddle underneath the waterfall, which, you know, more ways to get wet. What can I say? If you enjoy getting splashed on, then Haruru Falls is a great place.
If you enjoy getting splashed on.
Yeah.
All right, next up we have the beautiful Taranaki Falls, which is not located in Taranaki but in the Tongariro National Park in Whakapapa village on the North Island. I know it's confusing, but Laura will explain.
So, well, I can't really explain the name behind it. But I can explain more about the falls. So it's located on the Taranaki Falls track, which is a loop walk. Takes about 2 hours to do the whole thing, and there's lots to see along the way. You will see views, if it's a clear day, you'll see views of Mount Tongariro and Mount Nauhoi, and then you'll see Mount Ruapehu on the other side. So there's lots of things to see. There's a bit of a section going through beautiful forest, seeing beautiful rivers, and then of course the main event is Taranaki Falls itself, which again dramatically drops from a lava flow and is,
it looks really cool,
very beautiful to admire.
All right, so next up on our list, we have the Wairere Falls. So it's located on Godwin Road, which is about 15.6 kilometers north of Matamata. That's 9.7 miles. It's located so near Matamata, near where there is a Hobbiton, in Waikato in the North Island.
Yeah, so yeah, it's how about instead of going to Hobbiton, go see the largest waterfall on the North Island.
Ta-ta! Largest yet. Apparently they keep discovering some.
I think North Island is kind of mostly mostly been
Mostly mapped,
explored.
yeah.
So it's 153 meters high.
It's 502 feet, Laura, high.
Wow. So there's you can either make a really long walk out of this, or you can make a sort of, easy sort of short walk through beautiful forests, seeing amazing crystal clear waters in the river, and then you get to the first lookout, which takes about 45 minutes to go, basically to walk there and back if you're fit, or if you're really slow, then maybe 45 minutes to get there. You get that first look out through the forest at the huge waterfall. Again, it is so big, it's hard to get it all into one photo. And then the trail continues on. It gets a bit rougher, a bit gnarlier as you go, but you can do a complete walk, which is 3 to 4 hours long, to get various different viewpoints of this massive waterfall.
Mahusive, she says. Mahusive. All right, so next up on our list we have Wainui Falls. Wainui Falls is located in Wainui Bay in the Abel Tasman National Park in the South Island of New Zealand.
Yeah, so this one can be accessed if you go over the Takaka Hill to Golden Bay, and you access the Abel Tasman National Park from the other side, not from the side that most people go from, but yeah, the side hardest to get to, basically.
Yep.
But yeah, Wainui Falls is it's a nice, another easy one to access. It's about 1 hour 20 minutes walk through beautiful lush forest and over a swing bridge to this beautiful waterfall where more beautiful photo opportunities are awaiting, so go get them.
Indeed. All right, so that basically wraps up all our favorite waterfalls in New Zealand. Obviously, we only covered 20 out of all the different waterfalls that are available in New Zealand, and it's a matter of taste, it's a matter of opinion. There may be plenty of other waterfalls that you find prettier, you find better, you find more accessible, and it is absolutely okay. The point of this video was just to inspire you to get a bit more off the beaten track and to maybe get to go discover some different waterfalls and things that may not be yet on your itinerary. There is much more tips and advice on nzpocketguide.com. There is a link to full articles in the description of this video where you can get much more information about each of those waterfalls and many more. So check it out, and we'll see you in the next video.